Hello fellow paranormalers, and welcome to this channel. Today is going to be about a subject that I keep going on about, and that is these TV shows, these paranormal TV shows. We have a show here in the UK, and I can't remember the name of it, to be honest, because I don't really watch it, but it's Ghost Hunters or something like that. I can't remember the name of it. Anyway, it's been going for about 8 years or so, and the reason why I'm kind of talking about this now is because we've had a sort of a medium, a spiritualist medium, he called himself, called Colin Fry, passed away in the last few days. There's very few of these, in my own opinion, right, there is very few of these mediums that convince me that they're actually doing it, doing anything without trickery. I mean, I used to watch his shows years ago. He's been doing this sort of TV stuff for quite a long time, and he seemed a fairly genuine enough, kind of guy. There was a few instances where he got caught fraud, doing something that was highly suspicious, or, things that he allegedly did and turned out to be completely bogus. But, I mean, it's not an exact science, is it? Anything really, anyone who's in the paranormal realm, as it were, in any shape or form, will tell you that it's not an exact science. It's not a scientific thing. That it's a non-tangible thing that you're dealing with. But I think a lot of the time, especially with these mediums, and especially with all these TV shows, and again, I can't express enough, this is just really my own opinion about these things. Everyone's got their own opinion. Some people love these shows, other people absolutely despise them, and I'm kind of, I'm neutral on it, really. I don't have one way or the other about watching these things and believing a lot of them. I mean, they are, I can see through an awful lot of this stuff on these TV shows. You can tell that it's just set up. You can tell that it's been heavily edited, and they're only showing you the bits that are exciting, and they make a bit of drama about it. I mean, come on, realistically, this is what TV's about. It's about drama. There is very little on there that's actually factual, that interests me really anymore. I mean, realistically, I hardly watch TV. I certainly don't follow, these paranormal programs. They were all right in the beginning. They were interesting, but they were always, as far as I was concerned, an entertainment, and they will always continue to be an entertainment. And I will get on my soapbox again about all the paranormal groups around that get these big ego ideas about, creating their own channel and making it look like these other TV programs with all the fancy logos and all the fancy graphics and the fancy music and the fancy this and the fancy that. And, you don't need all that. The paranormal isn't about all that thing. It isn't about your ego. It isn't about satisfying other people's egos. It's about finding out facts and truth and honesty, honesty in what you're actually trying to do, with a purpose. I keep saying that as well. And it's not a good thing when someone passes away by any means. But someone like Colin Fry helped a lot of people. Now, how he used to do that, I don't really know. I mean, I would say the majority of what he did was certainly for other people, despite the fact he was a bit of a showman, and he caught up obviously in the TV bit and the fame bit, and was obviously earning a lot of money doing it. Good luck to him, or it used to be good luck to him. But and if that's what you get out of it, then that's what you get out of it. It's like like anybody going to a psychotherapist or you know, any you know, a spiritualist, or a faith healer, you know, a card reader, you know, somebody who does divination or whatever. It doesn't really matter. You can get 10 people go, and there'll always be one person or 2 people, or possibly even more, that just won't believe anything about it, and then you'll get the people who will get an awful lot from it. You know, psychology as a therapy is about helping, in my view, and where I come from when I do my psychology for people and helping people, is about helping people to help themselves. It's facilitating and unlocking doors and removing filters from people's brains, as it were, so that they can actually help themselves. Now, whether a medium or a spiritualist or a religion, or, you know, a psychic medium, a spiritualist medium, or whatever you want to call them, you know, whatever they want to call themselves, if that's what they are doing to help other people, personally, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. There are, and there will always be, unscrupulous people around who will use their gift, if you like, and abuse it. And what I call abusing it, as in, you know, they are using emotional blackmail to get money from people, you know, in that kind of way. You know, I'm not talking about extortionate amounts of money from people. I think that's bad. But then, you know, at the end of the day, bad karma on them. You know, that's what's going to happen to them, is the karma's going to come back on them threefold, and, you know, that's the price they pay for, you know, getting the money. So I'm neither here nor there on it. Again, really, you know, I choose not to watch these things because I think they're full of crap, to be honest, and they always have been. They are there for entertainment purposes. Why are they on TV? They're not doing it for any research purposes, you know, purposes. I mean, for crying out loud, they've been doing this thing, let's say just the English version of this, let alone all the other ones that are around the world. The most, you know, famous one, I guess, is Ghost Adventures or something, I think it's called, in America. You know, where is the scientific evidence, as it were, to prove that they've actually done anything in 8 years? I don't see any. They've produced a lot of shows, and if you condense down an awful lot of the stuff that they've done, I think most of it is actually manufactured, or it's, you know, put together very, very cleverly in an editing program to make it look like evidence. But, you know, 8 years of research, or whatever they want to call it, that they've been doing. As I made a comment on a forum today, who the Mirror was talking about Colin Fry and how this TV show here in the UK was kind of not jinxed, but I can't remember the terminology that they use. And, you know, I read this article, and I agree with a lot of it. You know, I mean, apparently the Mirror exposed quite a lot of these things as being fraudulent and, you know, made up, and you know, which is absolutely fine, because that's the kind of thing that sells newspapers. But they said an awful lot of truth. You know, there was a lot of truth in there about it, and hence, you know, I don't know whether these things are going to really continue. I guess, like a lot of these things, they will continue because people like to be entertained. There's such a large amount of people who like to think that what I call armchair paranormalers. You know, there's always the armchair driver and the armchair food critic and the armchair, you know, and these people just sit and watch all this stuff and they take it all in and they don't actually do anything. That's what irritates me about these, and yet they've got an opinion about it. You know, they can go onto these forums and make comments on YouTube and such like, and you know, they've always got an opinion, but they don't actually do anything. You know, so I don't take them too seriously, really. But anyway, I thought, you know, I'd like to hear what your opinions are of these things. I mean, I've sort of mentioned it quite a few times in my videos. Personally, I don't like them. I think they're a waste of time. I just don't like the way that they do things, and the way that, you know, it's just for show, personally. And I'd also like your opinion on, you know, on these sort of celebrity. I'm talking about the celebrity psychics and the celebrity mediums and whatever else they like to call themselves. You know, do you really believe in what they're saying, what they're doing? You know, I find it fascinating. Anyway, thank you very much for watching this waffle. Bit of a vlog about it. It all keeps highlighting, as far as I'm concerned, all of this stuff. When people pass away that are very well known, people always question the history of their life and what they've done, because of course they would never say anything when that person's alive, and people who do get shot down. I mean, you know, there's a chap that I sort of saw his website talking about Colin Fry, where he's spent years and years and years trying to expose the guy as a fraud. And, you know, I can kind of understand it, you know, and then sometimes I just think, why bother? You know, is it really worth the energy? But anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I shall see you again in another video soon.